What's happening, everyone? JayShockblast here, and check it out. Recently, I got to drive down to New York City to play Fallout 76 Burning Springs, which will be coming out in December of 2025. I have played Fallout 76 a little bit over the time it's been out. I definitely played it on launch day. I remember it very distinctly because Xbox was in the chat. And I appreciate Bethesda inviting me down and maybe throwing a few caps my way for some gas. I decided to drive down because New York City is relatively close, and it was easier for me to just drive there and drive back. And, I'm really glad that I did, because this is a game that I really love. If you follow the channel at all, you know maybe that Fallout New Vegas is one of the first 3 games that I ever played on my channel. And I have loved Fallout ever since. I started with New Vegas, went back to 3, and then obviously played a ton of 4 because it was in Boston. The gameplay you see for the first 8 minutes or so of this video is my gameplay from when I got to play a little bit of Burning Springs at the event in New York City. And, it felt like riding a bike. You just jump back on and it all kind of comes back to you. I would love to get back into Fallout, and I kind of feel like this is the game that could, or the update that could do it for me, because Fallout 76, when it came out, it was different. It was online, and it really wanted you to play with other people. And they've made so many quality of life changes over the years that I've bounced back in here and there, but I always felt lost, and I didn't really invest the time to get caught up to anybody else that I knew that played it. But I have seen that the community is fantastic, and I've met some really cool people through this event, and it really seems like they do their best to ingratiate and bring in players like me that might feel that way. And I hope that when Burning Springs comes out, I'm caught up on everything else, so I can really spend some more time with it. Because one of the really cool things about Burning Springs, this is the largest update since 2020, and it is actually going to bring in a brand new bounty hunting mission mode, and it is hosted by the ghoul himself, Walton Goggins, from the Amazon Prime Fallout television show. Now, what I really like about that show is it's actually a show that my wife was able to sit down and watch and enjoy. And whenever I can find something video game or comic book related that she gets into, that makes me excited. So, and honestly, Walton Goggins has become quite the legend, and his character, the Ghoul, is really awesome. Now, the DLC brings us into Ohio. Why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, did I ever leave Ohio? Well, I'll tell you why, because it stinks. No, I don't. If you live in Ohio, I'm sorry, but you get made fun of. It's a joke sometimes. And listen, they got obliterated apparently. It is the wastelands for sure. It's almost like a desert. You would not recognize that it's Ohio, and that's what they get for putting chili on the spaghetti. Like Skyline, no, that's not real. That's not good. Who does that? Chili on spaghetti, no thanks. All right, I saw that in real life. I went to a Cincinnati Reds game, and I saw Skyline chili. No thank you, didn't go. All right. Oh man, all of Ohio is unsubscribing right now during this video. Anyway, I'm not syncing up the video with what I'm saying, just because the way they wanted this video to be made is not the way that I'm good at making videos. A bunch of little clips here and there, so I did the best I could. At some point, you're going to see a few cutscenes that happen, or loading screens, and I just included them because I thought it was kind of cool, to see what some of those loading screens would be. But yeah, this is going to kind of take place in the northwest part of the map, which, if you know any basic geography, you know that Ohio is kind of northwestish to West Virginia, where Vault 76 was located. So I'm going to read this. Expanding the map. Fallout 76, largest update since 2022. Burning Springs introduces players to an arid and charred region of post-nuclear Ohio, complete with new factions, challenges, unique weapons and gear, and even new fish to catch. Because they added fishing. I added that. Now back to reading. This map includes new characters like the Rust King, an intelligent super mutant who players will need to work with across Burning Springs, as well as locations, public events, workshops, and even a wild local menace called the Rad Hog. I killed some Rad Hogs, which can become a camp pet for those brave enough to tame it. So I figured I would just read that instead of trying to explain it myself, because I am not a Fallout expert by any stretch of the imagination, or Fallout 76 expert anyway. Fallout 4, though, it's in Boston. I can bring you to the real-life places that are in that game, and that was what I loved about that game and why Fallout 4 is my favorite of the Fallout series, because like I can literally go to places I've been, especially, you know, Fenway Park. Anyway, it also implements a new bounty system, which is not shown here for reasons. So basically, the Ghoul is going to offer you some bounties, fully voiced by Walton Goggins, by the way. And Fallout actually tweeted a video today that they showed us at the event of him and just how excited he is. You can tell how much he loves this role, and I'm really happy that they have somebody like that here, a professional actor, and somebody that I think adds a lot and will hopefully add a lot to this game. The bounty system seemed pretty cool, and what I think is most interesting is you're getting the perspective of somebody that is kind of newish, you know what I mean? I know Fallout, I understand Fallout, I understand the lore, I understand the gameplay, but as far as the social parts of 76, not as familiar. And I feel like I'm the ideal person to kind of talk about it because, listen, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's like normal. I don't know what happened in the past. I don't know that how, you know, good or bad this is. I can just tell you, as somebody that's played other video games, that to be able to go to a point during the map, in the map, where you have these events, like these kind of public events, where other people can jump in and join at the same time and get help and kind of get some high tier loot, is pretty cool. I kind of like it, and I think the main reason they didn't necessarily want us to show it is because we had pretty OP gear, so the bounties would come out and we would just kind of obliterate them, and you know, not necessarily the most ideal footage because it's not realistic. I had a rocket launcher like that shot like, I don't know, nuclear rockets or something. The guy, they were like level 300. It was crazy. Like, I think the bounty cried, and he seemed pretty tough. Anyway, yeah. So like this is pretty cool. Now the last few minutes of the video here is B-roll footage. You might see this footage in other people's video. I kind of put some clips in here that I thought would, you know, complement some of the walking around that I did. The thing is that it felt like there weren't as many enemies because there were a bunch of other people going to all the same places. So, you know, and some of the gameplay where I did get to kill all the stuff, I wasn't recording. We weren't recording at that time. We recorded during a specific period of time. I'm just trying to like let you understand what we're dealing with here, because I do remember fighting more enemies in my main gameplay. So yeah, there's also a place called The Last Resort in Highway Town, or actually Highway Town is the name of the little city. It's built onto the broken down remains of like a highway overpass or something, and you know, it's a pretty cool little town. I guess from what I remember them telling me, because it's definitely not in this fact sheet that I have, I remember them saying it's like the biggest social hub in the game, and lots of people can kind of come and go inside of there. And I just appreciate, like, I see people build their camps. I've seen lots of videos of the way that you're able to construct that stuff, and I'm just not creative enough to do it. If I'm being honest, It's just not something I'm great at. And you would think somebody that played a lot of Lego Worlds or a lot of building games would be better at something like that. But I'm always marvel at just the talent, like, because I obviously, you know, you follow Fallout on Twitter. They tweet lots of people. You know, I've followed a few people that I've met at some events. I want to Fargassier. I hopefully I pronounced it right. He's a pretty good sized Fallout creator that I met at a Redfall event in New York City as well. And I've followed him ever since, and I see some of the stuff that he tweets. I connect. I keep up with the Fallout, even if there's just not enough time in the day to play every video game I want to play. So yeah, this has me very excited. All right, I think the bottom line is this is the type of update that is going to make people come back. You know, you might be wondering what the ghoul is in Ohio. How is the ghoul in Ohio in the time of Fallout 76 when the show is in California and maybe even actually heading east towards New Vegas? We'll see. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, but there are obviously going to be some death clouds. Oh man, there's a part of the video that you probably saw me playing around with photo mode, and I showed the big entrance to this camp, and there's just this big death claw, like Triceratops almost looking, like flaming. I think I might have used it in the thumbnail head thing, and yeah, man, like it was dope. Like honestly, like I've played, like I said, I've played the core new era, like obviously like Fallout and Fallout 2 aren't really quite the same as, you know, 3, 4, New Vegas, and 76, but I've played enough of them to know what to expect, and that camp itself was pretty awesome. So December of 2025 is when you can expect Fallout 76 Burning Springs. And I would say make sure, if you have a favorite Fallout 76 creator, I'm sure they were there too. And I'm sure they will have better information than I do. I'm just sharing my experience as somebody that's dabbled. And come December, I am absolutely going to be back for Fallout 76 Burning Springs. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we will see you.